All right, these are the answers to our first term 1 exam review, and they give us 23 numbers here, and they ask us to create a dot plot. So you don't have to do this for the dot plot, but I put them in order for what we'll be doing later on. And then it was easy for me then to write these numbers down and put a dot for each one. So there's 3 dots for the 8, 1 for each one of them, 4 dots for the 9, 1 for each of those, and so on. So you can do this as you go down the line, or you can put them in order first, but this is what our dot plot looks like. So describe the shape of the distribution. So if we were to kind of draw this in, we see that we kind of get up, and then it has a little tail here heading off to the right. So whenever we see a tail heading to the right, we say that this is skewed in the direction of the tail. So this is skewed to the right. Right? If the tail had been to the left, it'd be skewed left. If it was a nice mound like that, we would just simply say that that was a mound shape. All right? What is the mean of this data? So you need to add up all those numbers. So I already did that for us. I took all the numbers, added them up. I got 252 for the total. So make sure you write down what you think the total is. Okay? And then I counted the number of dots, and there were 23 dots there. And then I went the total divided by 23, I got 10.956. Actually, 10.957 if I round. Okay, now if you round to a couple decimal points, that's fine, but there's our mean right there. All right. Now, our 5 number summary, for that we're going to take the minimum. What was the smallest value? That was 8. The maximum value was 16. All right, so that's easy enough. Median, then we go to the middle. 23 numbers. We're going to have 11 on one side, 11 on the other. The 12th number will be the middle. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, I got miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is our 12th number right here. Let me just count on the other side to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sure enough, 11 on this side, 11 numbers on that side. The 11 right there is our median. Okay. Q1 then is the middle of the low end. So of these 11 numbers, there's going to be 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's our Q1. Sorry, we're a little out of focus there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 numbers here, 5 numbers there. That 9 is our Q1. Okay. And then same thing over here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our Q3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure enough, 5 numbers there, 5 numbers there. So you can see that we kind of are cutting these into nice equal segments. That 12 then is our Q3. All right, find the IQR. IQR just simply Q3 minus Q1. So that's 12 minus 9, which is 3. Okay, that's the range between the 2 quartiles. So on our exam, that's one of the things we'll have to do. Shouldn't be a big deal in terms of what we have there. Then we have a data thing here. We're asked to come up with a scatter plot for it. This may already be done for us in there, but we're going to put hours here and resting heart rate here. All right. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boxes to work with. I need to get up to 12 on that. So I'll just go by 2s on here. So we're going to label this. Again, this may already be done for you on the exam, which is nice, but we'll go ahead and do that here. And then on this one, I've got 10. I need to get up to 90. We'll go by 10s on the side here. 10, 20, 30, and so on. Okay. Now, we'll go ahead and plot these points. So I've got 8, 70. That's going to be right there. 4, 90, that's going to be right there. 682, be right about in there. 1261, it's going to be right about in there. 1060, 1255. 3, which is halfway in there. 87, it's going to be kind of floating right in that space there. And then 775 will be right about there. Okay. So there's our scatter plot. Again, that's probably already going to be done for you on the exam. What you need to do is the next part, which is to draw the line of best fit. Or maybe, again, that might already be done for you. To draw that line of best fit, we're going to take a straight edge. All right, I'm going to use a little piece of paper here to help guide me. All right, and then we're going to kind of have it fit the data the best we think. So this looks pretty good here, and I'm just going to run that right along the edge of the paper like so. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, to find the slope, I need to pick 2 points that are on this line. So if I look here, looks like this point is on there. That point is 8, 70. All right, and if I look a little bit later on, you know, and again, I'm gonna just kind of guess what it does. This point here is pretty close. Let's use 4, but not 90. We'll go a little bit less than that. Let's say 88. All right. Now again, as long as you pick 2 points that are on the line, that's all we're looking for. They don't have to be, you know, everybody doesn't have to pick the same points, just something that's close. And then what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go y minus y over x minus x. So whatever points you pick, take the y value, subtract them, take the x value, subtract them. This is gonna give me 18 over -4, which is a -4.5. Okay, that's my slope for this. What does this mean in this scenario? It means that the resting heart rate lowers 4.5 points for every hour, for every extra hour of exercise. All right, that's what that means there. Write the equation of best fit line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up. I'm going to say, well, what's the y-intercept? The y-intercept looks like it's about, say, 105. If I had to guess, it's just a little over 100. So I'm going to say that y is equal to my slope, -4.5, times x, and then plus 105. That's one idea. Another idea would be to take one of those points. Let's say you take 870, and you could go y minus y equals slope times x minus x, okay? Either one of those ideas would be acceptable, right? They both do a good job. And then this one says, using your equation, what's the resting heart rate for someone who works 12 hours? So you can either go to your line here and say at 12 hours, it's just above 55, maybe about 56. You know, if you're just looking at the line, or you can actually go y equals -4.5 times 12 plus 105, or whichever equation you want. Put 12 in for x and then work it out. In this case here, we get, let's see, well, I can do it on the calculator here. -4.5 times 12 plus 105 gives me 51 for an answer there. So if you use the equation, you get 51. If you just look at the line, you get about 56. It's really depends on which one you want to do there. Okay. All right, then we get a bunch of equations that we're trying to solve, and these are pretty straightforward. Here we're going to subtract 7, 4x equals 24, divide by 4, and we get x equal to 6. Okay. For the second one, we're going to multiply by 3, and we get x equal to 33. For this next one, we're going to multiply by 4 first. So we get x minus 5 equals 12, and then we're going to add 5 to both sides, and we'll get x equal to 17. Okay. Hopefully these are feeling pretty straightforward. This one we're going to distribute the 5, so 24 equals 9 plus 5x minus 20. We're going to put the 9 and the 20 together, so we're going to get 24 equals 9 minus 20. That's a -11 plus 5x. All right, now let's add that 11. So 35 equals 5x, and then we're going to divide by 5. And we end up with x equal to 7. And then this last one, we've got variables on both sides, so let's get rid of one of them. I'm going to get rid of that one there. We get 11x minus 7 equals 26. Add 7. 11x equals 33. And then divide by 11. We end up with x equal to 3. So those should be fairly simple. They're going to be worth a lot of points. You want to make sure that you feel good on solving equations. And then number 12, follow order of operations. So we always do parentheses first, but there are no parentheses. So then we do exponents. 5 to the second, this means 5 times 5, that's 25. All right, then we multiply or divide going left to right. So 10 plus 25 minus 8. So we're not doing anything with this stuff. We're going to leave that alone. But we'll go ahead and go 18 divided by 9, that's 2. And then 2 times 3 is 6. So you should do all of that stuff there. And then you can go ahead and finish it off. 10 plus 25 is 35. And 35 minus 6 is 29. That's our answer. Show that work. All right, you can use a calculator to check, but you want to show your work before that. Then we were given some ACT problems just to kind of explore. So this first one, order of operations, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 54 minus 3 is 51. 51 plus 6 is 57. You should have picked E for that. The lowest temperature on a winter morning is -8. Later that same day, it reached 24. How many degrees did the temperature increase? To go from -8 up to 24, well, you have to go 8 to get to 0, and then 24 more to get to 24. So 8 plus 24 means it's raised 32 degrees. 3 says, if this plus this is calculated and the answer reduced in simplest term, what is the denominator of the resulting fraction? Now, you can do this on a calculator, but if we do it on ours, we're going to get a common denominator of 12 here. So we're going to get 9 twelfths minus 8 twelfths, and that'll give us 1 12th for this one here. This one, we can get a common denominator of 6. So that's going to be 3 6 plus 2 6, which gives us 5 6. And if I were to rewrite that, that's going to be 10 twelfths in order to put it together with this. So 1 12th plus 10 twelfths is 11 twelfths. So 12 is our denominator there. All right, Mr. Brown went grocery shopping to buy meat for his annual office picnic. He bought 7 3/4 pound of hamburger, 17.85 pounds of chicken, 6.5 pounds of steak. How many pounds of meat did Mr. Brown buy? Now, one thing you could do here is try to estimate. You have 7 plus 17, that's 24 plus 6. We know that's 30 total there. And then you have 3/4 and a half, that's 1 1/4. So we know that's 1.25. And then we're adding this 0.85 to it. So that gives us 2.1 pounds there. So you had 30 plus 2.1 more, gives us 32.1 left over. Now again, if you add 6 plus 17 plus 7, you get 30. You know you can cross off these 3. And then it was just a decision between those two. All right, last one. 4 students are about to purchase concert tickets for $18.50 for each ticket. Discover that they may purchase a block of 5 tickets for $80. How much would each of the 4 save if they can get a 5th person to join them, and the 5 people equally divide the price of the 5th? So in other words, if they can go take that $80 and split it among 5 of them, that would be $16 per ticket. So instead of $18.50, they could pay $16, so they'd save $2.50 doing that.